Hey everyone, it's me, Quantum. We got my little co-host here.
BJ.
Yep. The guy in the background, Astralshive.
Yep, and Astralshive, all three of us together. We just went to go see, what was it, Tekken Blood Vengeance?
Blood Vengeance.
Yeah, I don't know why I kept saying Bloodlines. I don't know why.
Mashima Bloods.
I don't know.
But can you actually believe there was a theater that actually had this? I was shocked when Astralshive told us.
When I checked online, there was 4 theaters that played. Actually, 4. There was one in Boston, but I don't even know the name. There was not the one in There was not the one in downtown.
Yeah, of course. They're respectable.
Yes.
Yeah. So
you have a ticket, BJ, right?
Huh?
You got a ticket?
Of course.
Yeah, that's physical proof right here that we actually saw. It.
Yeah, we're not ashamed either.
Exactly. And it was in 3D. I forgot where I set the glasses.
I just want to say this. I'm just happy that people who actually play the games showed up. And people who actually are fans of Tekken series showed up.
Yay.
See? It was actually... They actually had it in 3D. It was a 3D... It wasn't even on Pixar level 3D. It was crappy 3D. They actually had it.
It wasn't that bad.
It doesn't matter.
The tits were real.
But now, okay, see, my opinion of the movie. Crappy movie. But...
That's one scene
But, hold on, let me finish. Crappy movie. But, I came there to see one thing. To see the fights. And you know what? The last fight, I'm not going to say what, I'm not going to say who, what 3 people.
No, I think we can
say
I don't put spoiler tags in
the Mashima fight at the end,
yes.
minus Lars, was great.
Till they
whole reason I paid $16, actually $32. But I paid the whole reason I paid for that whole fight.
Before we get to that fight, let's go back to the beginning and work our way towards that.
What's the point?
Well,
do we care? No one. That's the thing. You care, people.
Yes, I care. What's excellent?
Don't you love the love factor between Elisa and Zayu? No one cares.
That was the thing that really shocked me about this movie. The fact that they actually based good portion, I'll probably say 70 minutes of a 90-minute movie around 2 offbeat non-main characters. It actually had a pretty competent movie that kind of filtered everyone else into their story. Go ahead. No, the only thing I gotta say is that they had that MacGuffin that I hate.
What?
MacGuffin. The character that, you want to explain it?
Yeah, pretty much a MacGuffin is an item that appears at the beginning of the movie to just drive the plot, and then as the movie goes along, it disappears until it reappears at the end.
Like Chekhov's gun or something
Which
like that.
they had this guy named Shin Kamiya?
Shin Kamiya.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time they say Kamiya, I kept on thinking Tai Kamiya. Digimon!
Shin Kazuya.
But anyways,
nerd! No.
They had this guy, Shin Kamiya. They had this guy, Shin Kamiya, that's all he was a MacGuffin. They had the whole movie about Zayu was trying to find, little Shin.
No, let's just set it up.
Who is in the movie?
Anna was saying
that. Who is in the movie?
Well, you could say who's in the movie.
I can?
Yeah.
So it's cool. Sayu, Alisa, Ganryu, Aza, who? Gym teacher? Lee, Aza, I don't know.
Never mind. Your accent is too heavy. You don't want to understand. Go ahead. Message.
Lee, Ganryu, Nina, Anna, Alisa, Sayu, Jin, Kazuya,
don't forget
Heihachi, Mokujin.
Mokujin was the name.
Don't forget. No. Don't forget the best character.
Panda.
He was cool. Lee Chao Ling.
And Lee, yes.
Excellent.
Lee.
The best character.
In that
They remade me a fan of Lee now. Because I don't even like Lee before that. I thought he was looking at him crybaby. He's like, my brothers, I'm adopted. But he was actually hilarious in that movie.
Excellent.
Excellent.
But anyways, that's my phone. Hold on 1 sec, people.
Oh, Mom. Yes, I'm sleeping.
But anyways, a little quicker. It's a little quicker.
Fights to look for in the movie.
Well, we don't gotta go that far. We just go into the whole, there's a character they introduced that had nothing to do with anything with Tekken. And, I'm sorry, with Shin. And then what happens is, throughout the movie, he disappears and then reappears. And then pretty much is useless throughout the rest of the movie. So he was a plot device that people were looking at, and so that's what a MacGuffin.
Can I say the word that... Can I say the plot?
Yeah.
Actually about it?
Yeah.
What?
I'm immortal till you kill me.
I'm immortal till you kill me.
Alright,
break my bones.
That's a pretty big spoiler, but you won't really get it until it actually happens.
Yeah. But no, my main problem with this movie was they used characters that no one cared about. I mean, me personally, I never was a big Zayu fan, never was a big Lisa fan. And to the point where I feel like they have a good enough story to make a movie about them. Like there's a lot of other characters that I think have a way funner story or a way better story that you could have used. Like
what you think?
Like Law is a character that's like probably the face of Tekken right now. Besides, the Mishima family.
But that was one thing I liked. I thought they did a real good job building like a actual. I know that was a little bit cheesy, but I thought they did build a real good emotional story around Xiaoyu and Elisa.
There wasn't emotion. You can't force emotion where it's like every 5 seconds they're crying and they're like, "Oh, this is not supposed to happen."
Well, like I said, that was
this is about fighting. This is not right. You can't. That's not building emotion. That
was at the end of the movie when they threw in the whole.
They did the whole movie.
Alisa, stand by
every time there was.
Alisa, stand by go.
It's like they did the whole movie because every time something was happening, it's all we went back into. I don't really want to be doing this, but I have to do it because, like, it was like,
it's my passion.
Yeah, and then they're like, we're gonna bond. Why are we bonding? Why are they bonding? And we don't need them to bond. Like, we didn't come here to see Xiaoyu and Lisa bond.
After a little bit of distraction, we're back, and
what I was saying was you can't try to build emotional attachment to characters just because you make them go like, we're supposed to sympathize because Elisa looks at you with puppy dog eyes. Like, that's not building emotional attachment. It doesn't. I don't feel sorry for her.
As a Lisa player, I love Elisa even more after that movie.
But that was the thing that kind of shocked me. I thought they were going to do the whole, just like focus on like Jen and the whole messed up family the Mishimas have.
Yo,
but
that's not messed up after what they did in the movie later on.
But I like the fact that they actually took these two characters and kind of like pretty much developed them more. Because to be honest, Xiaoyu I always thought was just like kind of like one of those people that just threw in later. It was just like, oh, here's a character for you to play. Same thing with Elisa. Even though in Tekken 6 in the little scenario mode they tried to give her like a whole backstory, but we all know how much the snooze fest that actually was.
Yeah. Well, that actually played a factor in the movie because he did exactly that what he did in the scenario mode. I don't know if you've gotten that far. Standby mode, and pretty much took her over and go like. But no, my whole thing is just a matter of like I just didn't care enough about the high school drama that goes into the movie. Like once you get past that stuff and you get to like when they actually start like introducing, I would say, the element of them on the run and being chased, it gets a little bit more fun.
I know.
But that's the thing. It's probably because, like, really, like 2 days ago, I was just watching little animes like Kanan and High School, obviously High School Musical, but High School Rumble. School Rumble.
You heard him say it, people.
I said I was about to, but I didn't say School Rumble. But I was watching little high school animes like that.
I watch High School to the day.
But what you call it? So when they start getting to that little whole high school element, it wasn't even like they're like focused around just joking around in high school. There was actually kind of like a little sneaking mission, little perverted Asian sneaking missions. But
there's always like that.
There's nothing wrong with that. But no,
yeah, there's a whole.
You were saying every time in the movie, stop that glee action.
I'm just
you were like that. Stop that glee. Stop that glee. That's not glee.
Glee action. I was gonna say there's a whole lot of like lesbian innuendo that goes on in this movie.
No, got a lot.
Yo, you guys may don't like it. I like it.
No, it just doesn't impress me that you use like it's just the same way when I feel with anime, with porn and anime. Like I don't get. It doesn't do it for me. It's animation, it's fake. Like I can't let that go in my mind. But no, back to
slow motion. The slow motion.
Yes!
Except for the very end, a couple of fights, all it is just TNA. Every time there's a slow motion scene, it's just TNA.
Yeah.
There's no purpose for it. It'll be zoomed on someone's butt, like Xiaoyu's butt, and it'll just slow motion for no reason.
When she was jumping through the doors. Whatever.
Yeah, you would think it would actually make it. They would use the 3D. Her butt would go like, but no, they didn't even do that. Not at once.
They kept it real. She had fat legs but no butt.
But no, skipping ahead. I guess skipping ahead. They tried to play off the whole Anna and Nina thing too, where it's like they're two sisters hate each other, but it didn't work at all because it's like they each understand. I understand that like. And they fight each other, they're not supposed to kill each other. But they was in so many situations where they could have literally killed each other.
But I like that.
It's like Wolverine versus Sabretooth. It's like, why did they kill each other already?
No reason.
The thing is, I thought it was a little bit different between the Wolverine versus Sabretooth thing.
Good point. You wouldn't understand why they hate each other if because they didn't explain it unless you was a fan.
I'm like the one Tekken fan out in the room. But the thing is that I like the fact that they didn't kill each other because I got a real sisterly connection between the two because of that. Because Wolverine and Sabretooth, I can kind of understand comic books. You can't have them kill each other.
They just hate each other.
They hate each other, but the simple fact that she said no, let her live because the thought of me letting her live was a better idea.
They would try to impress her father before he died.
I don't really, be honest with you, I really don't know. All I know is that they've been warring since the beginning.
Yeah, they're like who have like. They used to have
It's a
have a father that
Yeah, it's a convoluted.
Like
It's a convoluted storyline because it goes into about one getting captured. Yeah, one getting captured and one getting cloned, and it's. I don't even pay attention to that kind of storyline because it's stupid.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, but the dude, I'm not an Anna or Nina player, so I don't really care. But I guess
that's the thing I did like about the movie. There was like you didn't need any real. Well, I guess you did need some backstory in like Jin and Heihachi and them.
Mm-hmm.
But at least for Jiayu and Elisa, you didn't really need to know much. Besides, Jiayu's and Asian schoolgirl, Elisa's a robot. Go.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so I love the cameos. There's a couple of cameos that's gonna throw you off, and you're gonna be like, "What? What are you doing there?" Like,
they'll throw you off, but they're awesome.
Yeah, we're not gonna say it because it ruins.
You can say one. You can say one.
Which one?
Anyone.
The best character?
No, don't ruin it. There's a character in here that has multiple cameos, and each one of them.
Yeah, let's not ruin it. Let's not ruin it.
I think you ruined it in the beginning. You get the same.
Excellent.
Still, he's awesome.
But yeah, you'll like that character. Like even the audience, which people, they showed up. People showed up to see this movie.
We made a bet.
Yeah,
we made a bet.
I said there was gonna be 10 people.
Oh, I said there's gonna be 3.
I said
The three is the 3 of us.
the people behind the person behind the camera said
3-0.
30, yeah. Astralshive had 30.
And he was
In
completely.
the beginning was 10.
It was like 10, but when the movie started, which started late, it was like 30.
Which turns out in one moment I'm thinking they're gonna sell the ticket.
And the audience was actually good audience. People was like they made their jokes.
Well, I mean, to be honest, this is obviously only going to get a Tekken audience.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like before it even start, people were getting trivia in there and they were doing it wrong because they were making me mad. But at the same time, I kept my silence.
You know, I'm happy. We're not the only one in Boston.
Yeah, there was a lot of people who
Tekken.
enjoyed it, and I was like, I'm just glad people came and showed up because then that means people actually care and they'll actually care enough to make another one if they decide that.
True, that was one thing I did like about the movie. It felt like such a complete movie that, for the first time ever, for a video game fighting movie, I would really like it if Namco Bandai did a second one of this movie.
Except for the first time ever.
Yeah, I need to say that. I need to say something about this movie.
Does anyone else name like a good fighting video game movie?
Dead or Alive.
Shut the heck
No,
up.
that was crap. That was big.
All I'm gonna say is I didn't watch it for the fighting.
Well, yeah, you don't watch that for the fighting anyway.
No, I'm joking. I didn't. But no, I didn't. Honestly, I can't think of a good.
Exactly.
Maybe it's the first Street Fighter animated movie.
Give me a break.
Yeah, even the thing is with this.
What? When he goes, no one's ever pummeled me, and you hear Ryu, and you see Ryu pumble him, and you're like,
I watched that movie
that's
with
why
you.
Ryu's the man.
I watched that movie with you.
No, you didn't. You didn't finish it.
That's why I didn't finish.
Man, I probably messed.
Touche, sir.
I probably messed up bringing us get back to the movie.
Okay, yeah. So, but no, I just
explain the plot a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah,
so now we're getting to the point. You get to the point in the movie where you get to near the climax, and where it's like all the players have been set in motion. You know, they finally figure out the big reveal, which is not even a big reveal.
There's a huge.
And there's a big 3-way fight between the 3 characters people came here to see.
Exactly.
And
but it's the 3 characters. That's the thing. Even though I really like the story between Jiayu and Elise, what the fuck is their name again?
Elisa.
Yeah, Alicia. Even though I like the story between those two, you kind of came to see Jen and them get their groove on, and
they didn't show in them like most of the movie, and they just show up in like everyone.
If Jen was at the very beginning, then he shows up doing FaceTime on a phone, which I love the audience pointed that out, and then he shows up at the very end and. The same thing.
My boy Kazuya is only in there one time before that.
Yeah, Kazuya only shows up once in the movie for the end, and Heihachi only shows up at the end. But they do this great thing.
But
shows up.
What I would say is, I really wish they would have replaced that Shin character. I really wish they would have replaced that Shin character with Lars.
Yeah,
I mean, they didn't have to like do what they did to him with Lars, but I just would have liked to see them like play off of a character that's actually from.
You want Heihachi to do the same what he did to that whatever?
No, I don't want that. Like I said, I don't want it to end that way. Yeah. I want it to play off that character. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's the thing. Shin was such a useless character in the movie that they could have used his spot.
That's the greatest line ever. We gotta start doing that like this, going around, going, "I'm immortal till you kill me."
To break my.
They could have used his spot and literally just replaced him with another cameo for all you cared.
You can put
except Bruce
from Tekken.
Except Bruce, he already got his beat up in.
Oh, that was another thing I absolutely loved about this movie. The simple fact that they didn't just throw characters in there and say,
I hated that.
Look at this character.
I hated that. Because I think that it was done well in Street Fighter 2, where you would see characters in the background or characters fighting, Like they were just walking by. Like for instance, you see Akuma just chilling in the background.
Street Fighter V, the series.
I'm just saying, like I think that was brilliant. And I don't mind. I don't want that in a real movie. In a real movie, it doesn't work because it's way too much time that it takes to build a character. But in an animated movie where you can just have characters actually compete in tournaments like they're supposed to.
That's the point of that movie.
They wanted.
I know it wasn't the point, but I'm just saying, like, they actually tried to make a real movie. It wasn't just like, oh, here's a quick cash in.
That's a tournament.
Like the Tekken movie that just came out. Well, I wouldn't even say
God.
just came out, but just hit DVD finally in America. That is a cash in movie if I haven't seen one. And I'm glad Namco Bandai realized this and actually took the time and said, let's give people a real movie.
That movie is just
even though I'm the
bad.
Street Fighter fan in here, that's something Capcom cannot say to this day. Street Fighter 4 came out, what did they do? They pushed out Chun-Li.
Didn't they give you another movie with it too?
Yeah, they gave you that, what you call it, that average. I'm sorry. Right now, Tekken for animated movies has defeated Street Fighter.
Of course, you always gonna defeat.
But so we get to the three-way fight. The three-way fight plays out like this. Not one person sitting there waiting to get hit, which I love, which is just all of them just mayhem, just going crazy. And what's gonna steal it for you people, if you go see this, see it with the audience. Because what's going to happen is the audience is going to make it that much funner because they're going to be going crazy, laughing, and like going like, yeah, you punched him through a wall like 6 times.
That was actually a juggle there.
And yeah, it was juggles. It was actual juggles. Real life juggles, which I couldn't believe. The man himself did it.
I mean, real life juggles.
But you know what I mean. Like,
you know what I mean.
I don't expect that. That's the whole thing when I go into attacking movies. I expect to see juggles. But they always do like these grapples where it's like mad coordinating, and I'm like, that's not Tekken at all.
I went going crazy on the wall with one guy. Like,
oh yeah,
that was sick.
Yeah,
true. This movie has some really good fights.
Now we must get to the ending, though.
Yeah, but that's the thing. This movie has it so you have a nice 3-way brawl between the
and after that, you just get worse.
This movie has a great 3-way brawl, and it's like if they just fade to black after this fight. Perfect ending for the movie.
People would have been mad, but it would have been a better ending.
Yeah.
People would still been mad because he wouldn't have gave him a winner. But it would have been.
But I think
that was still one of the greatest fights.
Yeah, true. But if they would have faded to black, this movie would have been like for video game movies, it would have been a 10 out of 10. But the problem is
let's say 7 out of 10. I don't give that much.
I said, anyways, this is my opinion for a 10 out of 10. Yours would be a 7.
If you just put that fight in the movie, it'd be 10-10. That's it.
but they kept on going.
Some views on Lisa.
But they kept on going for like another 10 minutes after that, which is where they
felt like 20.
I know. This is where they just say all logic out the window. Us trying to make a good, solid movie out the window. This is where I was joking in the theater, but it pretty much goes from Tekken to Pokemon the first movie. They start ripping, it's crazy. It's like they ripped off Pokemon. What were they thinking?
Even to the point where people are getting brought back to life through tears.
Exactly.
He's not exaggerating. People are being like giant monsters are being put together, and then one character comes out like, we must heal. We must begin to heal, and oh my god.
It went to Dragon Ball once.
It went to Dragon Ball.
Go down and there's like blue arrows.
I'm pretty sure people. All I'm gonna say, people, is I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the devil genes. So that's why.
Devil Gene.
Yeah, get the idea of that, and then add in a lava monster made of Mokuji.
You might also look at
That's all we're gonna say, because that's just crazy enough already.
When you watch this movie, the devil forms, you might as well count them as Super Saiyan levels.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And they just get ridiculous. The fights go from, even though it's on Tekken level,
that's not interesting at all.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is, the fights go from, even though they're Tekken, they go from pretty cool street fights to they go to this Dragon Ball levels where you're blasting people through mountains.
Fireball lasers and what the... I'm gonna tell you this. The one thing I can't stand in a movie is when they do this. When they got the hero getting his butt whooped. Which is supposed to be the hero. Even though no one's supposed to be the hero in this. I kind of got mad at that. They kind of made Jin the good guy.
But that's the thing.
Jin is not supposed to be a good guy. It's supposed to be gray area. Because that's how life is. But anyway, they have a person... I can't stand when they let a person get beat up and then they find this inner strength to overcome
didn't find inner strength. You just went a little level.
But I'm just trying to say I cannot stand that when they do that, because it's that's not how fights
perfect
play out.
character. What she did? Choke 2 arms.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, that was perfect
this movie
moment.
makes Elisa the most badass character in the whole series.
One hand. Another, I'm like,
No,
oh yeah.
One, she was just like, "Pazow!" Oh wait,
Another.
Pazow! She had to do a rollover. Pazow!
You kind of know, like Alisa. When I saw her in the movie, I'm like, yay! And I'm not that guy to say that words.
but yeah, I guess that would probably be.
Yeah, I think we should start wrapping
How
up.
much?
Give it
yeah,
a
How much
watch.
for the tickets?
The tickets were $16
But
because
was it in
way
3D?
expensive. That's expensive.
because it's
Yeah.
in 3D though.
But it was in 3D, so that's
But
why.
I like-
$16 one more time for that.
No.
Yeah, that's the thing. I really
I
made
wouldn't
you pay
have
the
paid
$16 to make you kind of.
I wouldn't pay
inflate the price
nothing.
for
I
it.
would just would like to watch for free.
I would only, like I told you, when a movie come out on DVD, of course I'm gonna grab it up because
Yes.
I'm kind of a Tekken nerd. But
Yeah, it's just like.
But besides that, I don't think I'm going to say that. So for me, the movie gets a rating of like, if we was going our own rating system, it get a rating of really, really 6.
No excellent.
Go at your own risk when dealing with this. If you know Tekken storyline, go see it. If you don't know it, do not see this movie. Go see, I don't know,
Captain
Friends
America.
Friends with Benefits.
Ah,
I don't know.
don't watch
Captain
Go
that.
see,
Don't watch
go
that.
see. Well, yeah.
Horrible bosses.
So
Just
there's
go
some
watch horrible
hatred at with
bosses.
it. I'm just saying, like you
Go
go
watch
see
horrible bosses. Whatever.
horrible bosses.
Or
Go see.
Zookeeper. Whatever.
Anyways, I guess I'll say here's my like inner dilemma I'm having. To me, I thought this movie was. I couldn't give it a perfect score because of that ending. It'll probably get like a 9 out of 10. But the problem I'm having is that I can't even say
9.
I can't even say the $16 seat in the theater is too much. But I
Way
can't
too much.
say go buy the DVD because the problem is that it's coming out of Tekken Hybrid, and that's going to probably be a $60 game.
Ooh.
And I'm like, $60 just for
No, I don't think it's
even-
gonna be go with Tekken Hybrid because they say it's for PlayStation 3, so it's gonna be separate and then with.
No.
No, it'll be the same disc.
It's all on the same disc.
But they just
No,
be like.
everyone have PlayStation 3. That's what I mean.
That's the thing.
But
It's
most
all-
people are gonna be. It's gonna be Blu-ray most likely.
It's a Blu-ray.
It's not gonna go straight
Yeah.
to DVD.
We'll
It's gonna
see
be
how it
Blu-ray.
goes with.
Yeah.
I doubt they're gonna do that. Like
So
that.
far, yeah. So
I
far,
have a good feeling there's gonna be simple DVD too.
yeah. But so far, if there's a separate DVD, I say wait for the DVD. But if it isn't, I'm gonna have to say, just wait for a matinee time to try to go see this movie. Actually, no, screw it, because you're probably not. It's not going to be in your theater.
Pass, son.
It's
Pass.
It's not going to be in your theater. So just wait for Tekken Hybrid and borrow the Blu-ray from a friend.
Yeah, I agree with that. Astral, you got anything?
If I need to say, all of several fights, if I go with the rating, it's gonna be 7 out of 10. It wasn't really that bad, but the last moments like ruined everything for
Y'all
me.
didn't like
And
it?
the crying just like made me like.
I tell you how I'm gonna watch this movie.
7 out of 10.
I'm gonna watch this movie and fast forward until certain fights, and then stop it there. Like, and that's probably gonna be the last fight.
Yeah.
I'm literally buying
three-way.
the 3-way fight. Yeah, yeah,
That's
3-ways, hooking 3-ways up.
That
Yeah.
fight was just amazing.
Anyways, we're going to wrap this up. Hey, I'm Quantum.
And this is BJ.
And the guy in the background, not seen, Astralshive.
Yep, and peace out, everyone.
Stay safe.